Welcome back. UpGuard and IAG have been working together since 2016. It's been a fantastic partnership and I can't wait to tell you a bit about it. Firstly, for folks who may not be familiar with IAG, they're the largest general insurer in Australia and New Zealand. They were founded in 1920, they've got 8 million customers and they write $12 billion in premiums annually. They're really big. Our partnership has grown from strength to strength. We've worked together on a successful cyber insurance pilot in New Zealand. We've taken strategic investment from IAG's New Ventures Group, and we have awesome insurance initiatives taking off in the Asia Pacific region. The cyber insurance pilot has been terrific. Using our vendor risk product, IAG enabled executive visibility across their entire New Zealand customer portfolio. We've also helped IAG dive deep into customers and their own cyber risk profile, and we've provided real-time alerts to help IAG continuously monitor the portfolio. Now, I've got the pleasure of welcoming Aaron Langmaid, Principal Digital Product Manager at IAG, to talk a bit more about the partnership. Aaron, thanks for taking the time. Welcome to Summit.
Thanks for having me. From an intro perspective, I'm Aaron Langmaid. I've been with IAG for about 20 years now. And for the last 2 years, I've had the pleasure of working with the UpGuard guys and taking their capability and bleeding it through all of IAG from not only a customer perspective, from a corporation perspective as well. As per the intro, I'm the principal of digital product management, and that's within our strategy and innovation team. It doesn't exactly describe what I do. Basically, what I have been doing is I've been assisting our venture arm in commercialising UpGuard's capability within all the brands under the IAG umbrella. Basically, our partnership started out through investment, and that was a single investment which has now moved to second and third stages. And the reason that we invested in UpGuard is because we married up on 3 key points. The first point was looking at how we could take new points of data and commercialise that for ourselves. Also, how we could look at disrupting our customer value chain and the customer journey from an insurance perspective, and also how we can identify new revenue streams and business models to take us through. So it wasn't just investing in UpGuard, and when they make money, we make money. We wanted to take their capability through and add it as a value add for all our customers and attract new customers by doing it. We are entering a second year of our partnership. The first year was really good for us because it was basically discovery. It was test and learn, and I'm going to take you through an example of what that looked like. We've just entered the second year, and basically what that is going to be scale and accelerate. So we've got a lot of good examples which we can take out of the New Zealand business. We're trying to bleed that through into our Australian business at the moment. But what it's also led to is it's led to emerging, I suppose, customer value propositions and viable products that we're starting to introduce into a new market, which is in Singapore. Mm-hmm. So basically, what the capability that UpGuard has provided us is we can start looking at our customers through different lenses. So first of all, the immediate advantage that we had was the data points that the capability brought to us. It basically started to look at our portfolio in a really different way. So what we've done for our guys internally is basically introducing them enhanced portfolio management techniques. And the reason that we've been able to do that is because there's particular data points that the UpGuard capabilities afforded us. And not only does it show us our weaknesses and how we can close it, but it also reveals to us what the opportunities look like. We have been told by UpGuard that we use their products in a really, really different way. And that's been really positive for us because the UpGuard guys have always been willing to collaborate and work out how we could utilise their capability in a different way from how a lot of their other customers had utilised it themselves. So basically, if you're an IAG customer with cyber insurance, you're monitored 24/7 via UpGuard capability. And that affords us a few things. Basically, what it's done is we get customized dashboard, which we have put every single IAG customer in. What that gives us is an overall risk position from a cyber posture perspective. We can look at our trends over time. We can look at accumulation. We can look at our concentrations of risk, and we can go down into a segmented view. what that is helping with our product manufacturers, our key underwriting managers, is start to identify and have a different lens of what our customers look like. It's not just looking at an industry. It's not just looking at geo. It's starting to group together where there is significant cyber risks and where our customers are actually relatable. And that really changes the way that we approach them from a risk perspective.
Aaron, that is super interesting. I might ask you, like, what were things like before? Tell me about before UpGuard was in place.
Well, simply it was a traditional underwriting process for us. So we had particular risk mechanisms that we needed to understand. So it would be, what industry you're in, what your turnover was, where you were located. So really typical insurance questions if you went and got, house and contents, private motor or business insurance. Now, cyber insurance, even though from a world perspective, the Australian market is absolutely in its infancy. What the UpGuard capability has led us to do is start to actually challenge our traditional underwriting process. So and this is why it's been a little bit of a long burn for us in particular markets, is we're starting to earn the right to go back to our customers and say, hey, we're actually going to start asking you different questions because we're starting to look at you in a different lens. Where we'd ask typical underwriting questions, we would get a skewed view of what their actual cyber insurance risks look like.
Because it's subjective, right?
Absolutely. And because it's what we're considering to be a new threat, we didn't have the data to go back to say, okay, well, this is what the trend over time looks like, and this is how we can actually, forecast what a risk is going to look like in the future. And what this is leading to us to do internally is we're now starting to change our underwriting question sets, which is starting to change our underwriting appetite, which means we're starting to look at where we had customers in the past or industries in the past from a segmentation perspective where we go, actually, we don't think we want to write these. We've completely changed our view on it. So actually, we do want to write these because now we've got the data to actually design a solution which is going to insulate that customer. And
so that's an interesting lens on it, in that, reading between the lines, it opens new revenue opportunities as well as risk management opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. So
right.
if we have it at a high level from a portfolio perspective, we're identifying areas of the market that we really should be attacking. So it allows us to be very, very tactical. We've changed our product. We've given the information that we've got through, and the data that we're getting from you guys. We've actually we've updated our product to reflect what the new risk looks like. So that's it at a high level. That's what we're introducing, across our customer base. But what we can also do is we can flip it to a one-to-one customer lens. So as I said before, if you're an IAG customer, you're monitored 24/7, and what that allows us to do is we can actually start sending our customers alerts. And what we're starting to do is we're starting to use risk as a score, and that's a phrase that we've kind of coined internally. So where we get an UpGuard score from scanning a customer, we're actually translating that score into an outcome for the customer. So whether it's a new business opportunity, we'll do a scan. If they're looking good from an UpGuard perspective, they might get a discount. If not, we're then in a position to actually help them raise that score. And so where we have this alert system, if overnight one of our customers is impacted by whatever threat or whatever is happening to them in their landscape, we've actually now got the mechanisms in real time to actually go back and say, hey, this is a vulnerability for you. You probably should close it. This is how we think you can close it. If you need help, come back and see us. We can actually push you towards some bespoke assurance solutions outside of simply just having insurance with us.
Yeah, that's terrific. I mean, it means IAG is operating at a different point of the value chain, shall we say?
Absolutely.
Not just an insurer. Yeah.
It's from a local perspective. There's no one else is doing this. This is absolutely a market differentiation piece for us. It's allowing us to attract the customers that we actually want and help our customers in a different way. When we start talking about that customer value chain, we're actually pushing the insurance part right to the back of the value chain. And what we've experienced through not only our intermediaries, but also our one-to-one customers is cyber insurance from an IAG perspective now just becomes a safety net, because we've got everything at the front end. We can identify what they look like. We can actually assist the customer mitigate a lot of their risks. And then, if they have a worst case scenario, there is still one of our products that sits at the back of it to capture them if they actually fall. And that's a really powerful it's a really powerful message that we take to market, whereas a lot of our competitors are actually putting a lot of their oomph after a claim happens. So they're supporting a customer after something happens. We're taking it all to the front end, so something actually, we're trying to mitigate the whole thing so it actually doesn't happen in the first place.
That's terrific. And we've been working together on that sort of pilot program in New Zealand. There's also stuff coming in the future, so we're starting to work together, and maybe you could talk a bit about that, where we're going next with it.
Yeah, so I suppose just to give you a really quick rundown on the three markets that we're looking at the moment, we've had a lot of success in integrating UpGuard capability into our New Zealand market. The reason is that they're quite a small market. They're very agile, so they can introduce, test and learn at a really fast pace. So what we've done is all the UpGuard capability that sits there at the moment is we're currently monitoring our full portfolio, and UpGuard capability is assisting us with all our new business opportunities as they come through. We're trying to replicate what that looks like in Australia, and that's when I talk about our second year of partnership. Our second year is really taking this throughout our Australian market. They're a tougher market. We've got more competitors in the space, and we've also got a lot of different channels to market. So we've got direct channels, and we've also got intermediated channels. So it's got a lot of tentacles. So that's why it's been a bit of a long burn in Australia. But that's what we're looking to achieve over the next 12 months. But what's really emerged out of this, I suppose, over the last 6 to 9 months is new opportunities in new markets. And what our guys in the Singapore market have done is they've taken the customer value proposition and the customer journey that we've designed and collaborated with you guys with, and they're introducing it into the Asian market at the moment. Now, it's going to be a different approach, but they'll utilise the UpGuard capability in much the same way. It's a digital-first market, and we don't have any insurance presence in Asia at the moment. So this is going to be all what we consider to be new customers. And so what we're doing is we're putting the UpGuard capability at the front of the customer journey. So as they're looking for cyber insurance from a business perspective, they'll be the UpGuard capability will be put up the front, and that'll actually lead to an insurance outcome out the back end. And this is where it's really good, because we're using that to leverage in and out. What we're learning in Australia, New Zealand, we're handing straight over to the Singapore guys. Again, they're in a very agile, digital-first market, and what they're learning and how they're utilising your capability in a very different way, they're coming back to hopefully help us accelerate our position in the Australian market.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Aaron. Safe to say, I speak from all of us here at UpGuard. It's been terrific working with you guys. Fantastic working with IAG, from the investment through to the strategic initiatives that we've worked together. The partnership is going from strength to strength. Thank you for taking the time. Yeah, look, I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time. I think it'd be great to have more IAG folks in summits to come as well. So again, thanks a lot, Aaron. Great to chat.
Thanks for having me.